Hey everyone, it's Cygnus, and welcome back to another episode of All the Magic Spellbound? Yeah, All the Magic Spellbound. So, in the last episode, we just got our little house set up, but I have a lot more that I actually want to do. So, I want to get started with a little mod called Occultism, but there's some steps we need to take to actually start to get into that. Now, first and foremost, we're going to need to secure some reliable food because at the moment, we're subsisting on nothing. We will starve. Oh, hey, we're subsisting on that sheep, pretty much. So, to do that, I'm going to clear out a little area to start up a little basic farm. Just something, get us going. Now, this farm is going to serve two purposes. First and foremost, it is going to feed us, but somewhat more importantly, it's going to provide us resources that are used in occultism. So there are certain plants we need to grow to use occultism, and those are going to grow in our little farm. So we'll just get these little things out of the way. We will also need to go mining, but unfortunately, we can't really do anything until we have secured food. And a farm of any sort can actually be a little expensive, such as if we wanted to regularly breed cows. Well, to breed cows, we need wheat. So let's go ahead and we need one more iron for a bucket. Let's go get one more iron for a bucket and then come back up and we'll prepare a hoe and get our little farm going. Oh, there it is. Easy enough to find. And we'll worry about Ventium later. Sounds like there's some kind of monster around here. Probably is. Let's crawl out of the caves. Okay, let's go cook up this iron. Here we go. That's a crafting table. Let's cook up this iron in the furnace. Oh, that shouldn't happen. Just one more iron. There we go. Put the rest of the iron here. Got that. Let's make a hoe. Don't need anything fancy. A stone one will do. And a bucket. We have seeds. Do we have any more anywhere? Got some snowberries to eat. I think those are edible. Okay. Man, let's start up a little bit of a farm. So I believe we can make something somewhat efficient if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, right there. And then we should just be able to till out all of this. I believe. Now, unfortunately, we won't have enough to fill out this entire plot just yet, so we're going to go get some more seeds. There we go. Just use that little tilde function. Break everything at once. Don't gotta worry about it. Everything drops on the block that we break, too. Just like that. Oh, we got a nice big house over there. Couple of them, wow. I think those are friendly houses. Or at least that one is. Can't speak for that one. Let's go check this one out. Now we're gathering stuff. Some berries. That's not fun. I'm gonna keep my menu open while that happens. So we don't eat snowberries. Got it. Okay, no snowberries. Okay, looks like there's a pirate ship. Is that on land? No. And we got some kind of fancy village over there. A lot of big structures. It's about to be nighttime though. So I did find out what those weird towers are. Those are from Evilcraft. This is a dwarven place. Who's here? No one? Okay. Should probably get back though, it's getting late. Take this waystone, happily. And get some inventory space for it. Don't need Snowbell. What's in here? I'm taking a bit of a risk, but I gotta know. Iron! Oh, hey. Perfect. I'll need that mandrake later. It's a lodestone. That's always good. Oh. Meant to open it, not place it. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back. It's dark and dangerous out here. We have a bed at home. But we got the seeds that we need so we can start planting food. We are safe at home. In our little ramshackle shack. That's fine. Let's go ahead and place down this way shrine, though. This is a good find. Let's call it home and go plant ourselves some more food. Let's get everything nice and planted. And we also got some of the food, the not food that I do need to plant. But before I can really use that, I'm actually going to do this. But I can't really use this if I don't already have food because it does drain hunger to consume, which is not good. Okay, so we got our farm going, everything is going well. And now, if we can just... Actually, I just remembered. We should be able to secure at least a short-term form of food by cooking seeds. Which kind of seeds can we cook? Yeah, that should be fine. There we go. Then we can cook that. Let's actually go ahead and start a little aubergine farm as well. For those of you who don't know, aubergine is just the fancy word for an eggplant. So we can go ahead and get this. Let's do it right here. And we'll fill out this area with some more grass. Trying to be careful about my resources just because having so little food, I can end up starving much faster than you'd expect, which we really don't want to do. There we go. That should be fine. Let's plant these eggplants. Okay, so everything's growing up. We should have food before we know it. And then we should be pretty much set in that front. But there are other things we'll need to prepare, such as digging into this so that we can have our setups. We'll clear this area out, probably cover this ravine, just because I don't really want to deal with that guy. Yeah, that's a vampire down there. If you ever wonder what the vampires look like, that's what they look like. Spooky, scary, and they will eat you. Now, we may get into that later, not the being eaten part, but the vampire part. But for now, we have to wait for our crops to grow. Because we do not have a reliable source of food right now. But you know, what we can do, I think we can upgrade this to an iron barrel. We can. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So this will have substantially more storage than a normal barrel. So while we're not worrying about our resources, we can have just one big barrel, or while we're not worrying about our resource organization, we can just have one big barrel that everything goes in. We'll get into the recipes and stuff later. I've never actually been too good at food preparation in Minecraft. It's a weakness of mine. Can set down a silkworm, and silkworms will just passively produce a pretty decent amount of string, so we can actually set up a little silkworm farm just like that. Get this guy set up right here, probably. Oh. Forgot that this had a basement. Whoopsies. And set this. Get that. And then just push him on over. And he'll just sit right there. We'll get him some trapdoors to make sure he doesn't move too much. There. Now he'll just make string. Can we put more in there? Do they eat each other? Yes, they eat each other. They're very competitive. Okay. He's making string. That's growing. We are doing good. Now we just need to go down and get ourselves some andesite. We already have our oak saplings, but we do need andesite. Now, why do we need andesite? Well, we're going to need to make other stone, and we're going to need a lot of it. So I think before we do anything, let's go on a little bit of a raid and get ourselves some resources. Now I recall there being a couple interesting things in that house over there, and then we'll go over to those houses and see what we have or what they have that might be useful to us. Then we can go and raid the Evil Craft Tower that's over there. So the Evil Craft Towers have a bunch of useful things, usually trinkets and armor. So it'll be worth it to check it out. Is there a person in here? Okay. Empty. Got iron helmets, some bread, amazing, and a brewing stand. Always happy to see those. And we're gonna need books. So let's go ahead and take these. And we'll take the lectern too, just because I think it's pretty. And it comes with a book and quill. That's another thing we're gonna need. I was actually worried about getting one of those. I'm usually pretty bad at getting things like that. Okay, so we got a dwarven anvil. Let's take that. Cauldron, blast furnace. Oh, it even had coal in it. We don't need the brick stairs. Anything else we need? Nope. Nope. Okay. I do like the lanterns, but we don't need them. Just a bunch of iron picks. That's useful. Okay, let's go check out these. I see another way shrine, or waystone. So that'll be useful. We can get some paper from the sugar canes. Because we'll need to be making a lot of books later. Okay, so that seems to be friendly. Yeah, there's a gatekeeper outside of it. Not seeing any pillagers in that building. But you never know. Gotta be careful. Playing in hardcore, so don't want to make any slip-ups. Okay, you started running. Community library. Oh. That's the sound of a witch. Yeah, and there's one here. Okay, so she's spawning somewhere in here. Employees only. Oh. That glitched out a bit. Treasure map, feather. Don't really need the feather. Treasure map's neat, though. Let's go take care of this witch. Wherever she may be. I think she's a little higher up. Yeah. Oh, there's more of them. Oh! That is multiple witches. Let's do something like this. Oh! Okay. I don't know why I was stressed out about that. That's why. They have spawners. Okay. Oh. Oh, dang it. Dang it. Oh, that's fine, I guess. The forbidden section, we don't need to worry about at the moment. That's fine. Okay. Let's get ourselves some books and leave with what we have. Axe broke, that's fine. So they are right there. That appears to be where their spawners are. Gotcha. Okay. Too close to the dust, don't need that. Take that. Let's get on out of here for now. So we can actually do this. Then take that home, and bam. Easy. Something phased through the wall while I was sleeping. I don't see anything though. I'm going to assume it was in my head. Well, let's get back out there. All right. We'll have to go drop our stuff off in a moment. Definitely overstocked. What's in here? This is one of the rigged ones, I think. It's not. Okay. I just took a huge risk there opening that without checking. But I didn't see anything. So it didn't make sense to be rigged. Okay, jump down. Oh, good. We got some hay. So we may be able to get started with our proper farm before we know it. Just name that hay. We'll head back and drop some stuff off. There we go. Okay, we're going to need to sort this out. Let's put another blasting furnace right here. Got our anvil. Don't know what that does. We'll figure that out eventually. And that should be fine for now. Head back to hay. And we got our hay. Just like that. Now the gatekeeper, he trades stuff with us to... Oh, that's an interesting find. What are you spawning? Spiders? That's it? I was worried. Don't hit the bee, though. Okay, we got a creeper spawner, enderman spawner, and an anvil. More importantly, a spawner scrap. So later we can actually make a enderman farm since we have an enderman egg. That's going to be really useful. Man, I was not expecting to get that kind of luck. Okay, and we're heading this way. Right. Let's go look at this nice little village. Got a little turned around there, that's fine. Hop down. We'll check that out momentarily. Hello, Golem. Just here to rob your village. Don't mind me. Hello, Spellmonger. We'll get into this mod later. This is Mana and Artifice. It's a really fun mod, but a little bit underdeveloped so far. Ah, this is good. Got our bestiary. And a troll tusk. Can we get this down? There we go. That's where the bestiary goes, so we'll go ahead and take that with us. And we'll fill that out at some point. You have to, after all. Okay, is there anything else that we can find that is of use? This isn't of use to everyone, but I really like those. The bench saws. I believe in vanilla it's called a stone cutter, which is weird that they change it. But, oh, hello. I really like them for their utility and just making builds look pretty without having to spend hours and hours crafting the blocks by hand. And we got a vampire trainer. So this is how we'll become a vampire eventually. None of the stuff in here, but we'll use stuff like this. So this is a Hunter's Ultimate. It's a really powerful weapon. Wonder if we can repair that. Huh. Yeah, so using the vampire fangs right here, we can actually become a vampire and, I guess, become a warrior of the night and just run around eating people or something. I don't know what vampires do. Like this. Actually, had a hoe for that. Go. There we go. Got some treasure down there. Might be worth checking out. Oh, hello. Oh, wow. Come back down for that in a moment. Oh, wow. That's a Tetra scroll. We'll get into Tetra at some point. Heart of the Earth from Enigmatic Legacy. Wow. There's a lot of good stuff down here. Air Affinity. Unusing and Silk Touch. Ancient Tome with Sweeping Edge. Potion of Haste. Okay. Now we're gonna get up there. The loot that's on that. I left my dirt at home anyways. Well. Evilcraft Tower. There we go. Warp home. I'm gonna have to make another barrel because I don't think this has enough space. Oh, geez. Yeah, let's make another barrel. Ba-da-da. Just like that. There we go. Let's make 2. There we go. And we can just dump everything in there. That's fine. What do we need from here, if anything? Probably just the dirt blocks. What? How does this work? I'll figure that out later. Okay. This is growing in nicely. Let's go ahead and raid this tower. And we'll come out here. A little bit of this. There we go. Okay. What do we got up here? Observation on vampires. Just take all of this, I guess. Got the achievement Vampire Diaries. Scroll of Preservation. Angelic Feather. Saves you from falls at the expense of hunger. Well, we don't really have enough to do that, but thanks. Okay, and we have a nearly full armor bar just from fancy magic armor. Increases attack speed. Weird. Oh, we have some kind of fancy jumping effect. Oh yeah, we can jump a block and a half now. Maybe even 2. 2! That's neat. Now that way shrine is going to be our emergency way shrine when we're out traveling. And if stuff gets a little too messy, we just use that way shrine and pop right back home. And then we just won't have to worry about whatever is about to kill us. I'm assuming whatever, if we're fleeing, it's because we're probably about to die. Now that pirate ship I saw earlier, it's just completely covered in pillagers. So we're not going to be messing with that anytime soon. They all had enchanted armor, enchanted weapons. Any andesite? Oh! It's a baby zombie spawner. No, thank you. I saw what happened to Filza. No thanks. I'm good. Goodbye. Well, it is getting dark anyway, so I suppose it's good we're on our way home. Now you'll see in the bottom right, that little bar is because I have condensed blood from Evilcraft, just indicating how much I have on me, because some of the equipment in that mod uses condensed blood as its fuel. Now, I'm not going to be worrying about that or messing with that at all anytime soon, but in case you were wondering what that is, that's what that is. Okay, went ahead and made some bread, and we have some bone meal that we can now use to grow our demon crops. So we're not going to use it on our aubergines or wheat. We have the wheat we need. We're going to use it on these, because we need those weird plants that it's dropping. These things are called Demon Dream Fruit. Now, these are absolutely fundamental for making what we want to make. And to show you about that, we're going to actually make the book, which is called the Dictionary of Spirits. Now, we can get that from the Akashic Tome, but I actually like to keep a record of books that I have. So what we need to do first is, so we'll just go through this really fast, actually. The Demon Dream Fruit grants this effect called Third Eye. Third Eye basically allows us to see the other world at the cost of hunger. We can later on make some goggles that does the same effect, but for now, Demon's Dream is going to be our only way of doing that. Second, we use Demon Dream to make Spirit Fire. Spirit Fire is used for basically all of the early crafting, even into the mid and late game crafting. And essentially, that's how we're going to get the resources used to craft in Occultism. But now that we have Demon's Dream Fruit, we can now actually start getting into Occultism. I know it seemed like we've done all of this stuff just to get started, but, well, that's how things go when you're on hardcore, because we can't just leap into anything willy-nilly. Now, let's go and find ourselves some andesite and get this ball properly rolling. I don't see any down here. Now, we could take the slightly easier method, and instead of looking for andesite, look for the actual material itself called otherstone, but to do so requires us to actively be eating the demon fruit, which it consumes hunger, and I would really rather avoid that while we can. We found it. Okay, andesite. This is what we've been looking for. And it's fallen. Into the pit with zombies in it. Ah! Can only be used by hunters. Good to know. Don't try and use those weapons. Okay, let's go around. We're not dropping into anything. Like that, and then there we go. Let's find the gentleman who spawned from it. It's got to be somewhere. Yep, he's just poisoned over here. Or burning to death, I suppose. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be. Let's mine out this andesite. There we go. There we go. Let's not break that pick. Do need a lot of it. Get these as well. Soulbound, cool. Not that it matters. Soulbound only applies if you die. Okay. Now we can go ahead and head home with our newfound stacks of andesite. And believe me, we will need that many. Stuffs ain't cheap. And we got some stone for it too. Okay, we're gonna run home, and there we can actually get started on some magic. Yeah, we're actually gonna do occultism. Some real magic. Alright, we made it home. Let's go and sleep through the night, and then we're gonna get started. So before we can get started, there's some building I want to do. So definitely gonna do that first. But I think you guys are gonna enjoy it because I'm not skipping anything this time. This time, I actually got the replay mod. So you'll be able to watch the whole building process for once. Let's go ahead and set that down. I know what I'm making, so I will be right back while I go and prep this area and build it. You'll get to watch the whole process though, so you guys won't be missing out. All right, we have more or less made what I was going for. There's still some cleanup that needs to happen. I obviously need to decorate the walls, get this place looking a bit more occultish. But for now, this serves as a nice little safe place that we can start doing our occult magic. So, to start with, we're going to make ourselves a flint and steel and start making some expensive materials. Hopefully that won't be too difficult, and I should have a piece of flint somewhere. At least I think I do. If I don't, getting some gravel will not take me any time. Just step outside to grab some. And of course I don't. Let's go grab that real fast. No, there was some here somewhere. In here, maybe? Nope. Okay. We're gonna have to go searching, aren't we? And after many hours, we found it. I'm kidding. That was like 10 seconds ago I said we were gonna go looking. Well, we have the flint and steel now. Let's head home. Yeah, that took less than 10 seconds. I thought I would have to search longer. Never mind. But we have the flint and steel, so that's everything we need. And we have the other world. Or, we don't have the other world. We have everything we need to start making the ritual stuff. So we won't be able to do any rituals today, but we can at least get started. Let's grab that. Need to grab plenty of that, plenty of andesite. And where did I put that? There it is, the demon fruit. So let's go in here. We don't specifically have to do it here, I just think it's fancier. So we're going to get everything ready because we're going to have to chuck everything in the fire. So we throw this down, light it, and now it's purple. And then we can just not miss. And chuck things in, and it will spit them out as fancy versions. There we go. So we got the other stone, unstable otherworld sapling, and that's pretty much everything that we needed. That fire will go out on its own, can't burn anything, not too worried about it. Now we just need to plant this otherworld sapling. Let's go ahead and break this tree down. And then we can move on to the next step. So we'll just separate these. Gotta remember, these are otherworld trees. These are not your run-of-the-mill trees. Do not use these for anything but crafting in this mod. You can use them for other things. I don't know why you would. Okay, that's a good little farm. Night is setting. Let's go inside and make ourselves some bowls. That's sacrificial bowls. We're gonna need a couple more. There we go. That should be all we need. Let's go ahead and make 2 more for good measure. And I believe we need a bit of gold. And we will have everything we need. Well, gold, and then we'll have to make the chalk, which I have to remember how to make the chalk. I think I can just look that up real fast. Let's see, it's called impure chalk. There we go. So we need otherworld ashes from burning otherworld wood, and burnt otherstone, which we get from cooking regular otherstone. So we can go ahead and roast some of that up. We'll go ahead and make the chalk brush as well. So we just need for that wool, wood, and I think we have, yeah, we have one of these right here. That'll suffice. And oh, right. Gotta do that for those. We can make one of these. We'll use this to lift up the chalk when we make it. Have our trees grown? They grow pretty fast, which is kind of creepy, but also convenient. Let's go place these bowls down. Where did I? They're right here. So I put each of these marbles actually as a marker for where the bowls will go. So we can go ahead and do this. Now the bowls don't have to go in this arrangement. I just find that they work the best. Technically it's fine as long as they're within 8 blocks of the center bowl, which will actually be a golden bowl once we have the gold to do that. And once these trees grow, we'll be, oh, speaking of, go ahead and do this so we can see it's a different type of tree. Go and cook ourselves some other wood. And we got extra saplings for that. There we go, plant that back. Okay. And this is what the otherworld effect looks like. I'm sorry if that makes you nauseous. It makes me nauseous. So let's go cook up some otherworld wood. And with that, we'll be able to make chalk. And chalk is the last thing we're going to need before we can kind of start getting into this. I know I've said that a couple times, but I promise we're almost there. So this, right, we need to throw that into a fancy fire, which we'll just make one right here. Oh. That's incorrect. That, whoopsies. I think we just lost that. There we go. Throw that in. Spits out ash. Perfect. And that'll put itself out. Then we just do that. A little bit of that, and bam. Chalk. If we can hurry. Yes! So you have to throw the impure white chalk in, and it will spit out a pure white chalk. And now I can start drawing the markings on the ground. And these markings are used for the first ritual we're going to be doing. This is why we got the brush. Just put that in our hand. And just erase it real fast. Now, last thing we're going to need is some candles, which make the ritual go a little faster because it can be very slow. Ah, right. We're missing 4 bowls right there. The middle one will be a gold bowl. And the candles we get from animals, and we have to kill them with a butcher knife. Butcher knife is basically just lets us get the tallow off of wild animals that we kill. So we're going to go out, do that a little bit, and get some ink sacs as well. We'll need that. And more importantly, we're going to need to find some white dye. So we're going to need that in order to make our first summoning book. As you can tell, there are a lot of steps for occultism before you can really get started, and believe me, it just gets worse. And it gets expensive, too. Okay, after a surprisingly large amount of searching, I have found these guys. They drop tallow. And I can kill any large animal like this. Chickens don't work, squid don't work, dogs, cats don't work. So we really do just have to kill sheep, and we have to kill cows and pigs. So here are the sheep. Now I could take them back to farm them, but I'll worry about that later on. And I'm going to need, I think, 6 tallow. You got 8. Let's just round it out. Oh. And, oh, conveniently, there's also some stuff for dye. I think white sage turns into white dye. Perfect. We need 4 of it to make the book. We're going to get more, though, because we're going to need more than 1 book. Speaking of books, I think this is a book tower. Yeah, looks like it. So we're going to climb up here and just open that chest at the top and get down with the goods. And there's the chest. Oh, don't ever open these without checking. They're always trapped. I have made that mistake before. Don't make my mistakes. Be better. Okay, and we made it home. Let's go ahead and make these candles. Got a couple silk cocoons, just what we need. And candles are easy enough to make. Don't need anything fancy. Just a little bit of that. Let's actually check our quest book. I think we've been making progress in occultism. So we just need to actually hold those things, I suppose. So let's go ahead and do that. And that'll count. We got the book. Let's pick up our... Just trying to get all these achievements out of the way. Here we go. Quest progress. And wants us to make a gold bow, a gold bowl. And we'll get to that as soon as we can. But first I want to place these candles because the aesthetic matters. And right there, there, and there. Perfect. And that's all the candles we need. That's all of our bowls. Now we just need gold, but we will be saving that for the next episode. So I hope you all have enjoyed. In the next episode, we'll actually get to summoning the thing that we're going to summon. But to do that, we need gold, and that means we're actually going to have to go mining. But until next time, bye-bye.